Hi, Mark the Meerkat suffering in one more time for Des with the broad market review and weekend review for June 20th through 22nd, 2014. Well, let's take a quick look at the numbers for the day on Friday. S&P up just 0.17, 0.15 on the Dow. New all-time highs for both of them. Yes, do get the bands out and let's go sing, right? The Nasdaq was up, and it was also up to multiple year highs, and the small cap of Russell was up 0.37, leading the way up, along with the banks indicator. Look at that. Banks took off today, so they were very strong, and the VIX started to increase after being at these 7.5-year lows. Still dangerously complacent, the market it is. Gold pulled back just a little bit after being on fire yesterday, along with and silver continued a little bit of a run after 4.5% yesterday. And the oil is going up. It's up over 107 now, all due to the unrest in the Mideast. Alrighty, enough of that. We got the S&P 500. Here's the weekly chart. Boom! We had another week up here. This is the fourth out of the fifth week in a row on the weekly chart that we are up. That's very, very positive. And then we've got, and here's the daily chart where we continued our bull pullback, and now we've stopped right here. And this light gray line is the weekly rising wedge line. See, here's the weekly rising wedge line, and it closed right at it, a possible line of resistance, even though we are at all-time highs. And we have another line right here. We've got about another 10 points until we start hitting into that possible resistance line. So we have some possible overhead resistance going into next week. By the way, next week is getting to be the end of the half year or the quarter, so there might be some things going on at the end of next week while there's a little bit of window dressing going on. All right, let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrials. And again, all-time highs it closed there. Now, look at this. It's right at the psychological 17,000 line. Hasn't broken that yet, so possible line of resistance as it goes into next week. Let's take a look at its weekly chart. And look at it. It's running up against this resistance line as well, which was support, resistance, support. Now it's been resistance here going up. That's on the weekly chart for the Dow. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq closed at multiple year highs. See, right from back over here. Now, see, back in 2000, it did reach over 5,000 at one point. But, hey, who knows? We might get up to that. And what the problem with the daily is what? It has overhead resistance at the 4,400 psychological resistance area. I think 4,500 probably be a bigger one, but who knows? It's all about psychology when it comes to that. And if we take a look at the weekly chart there, here's the weekly chart for the Nasdaq, and look at that. It's up here at all-time highs. No major resistance over it, except for, again, that psychological, probably 4,500 mark. So, beautiful bull pullback on both the daily and on the weekly. And then we've got the small caps. Let's start with the weekly on that one. It's back here, getting ready to return back up to its all-time highs over here. And that psychological 1,200 area. So, looking good. And take a look at the dailies, and you can see beautiful follow-through on its bull pullback, the strongest of the markets. And it's 1,200 psychological area right there, and then just above it at 1,210. It's all-time highs from back in March. Well, that's a quick review of the three markets. Let's take a look at a couple of others. Let's take a look at Apple. And Apple was high basing here all week and just kind of piddled out here at the very end. So it doesn't seem to want to do its bull pullback to take it to new highs here, new recent highs, I should say. Let's take a look at Facebook, and Facebook too is just sitting here, and I happen to be long Facebook at this time. I did it on this breakout here, and it just has not followed through yet, but not losing any money on it yet either. How about Google? Well, Google too. It's just kind of, it's now doing a bull pullback here, but getting back up to the resistance lines that it had before. So everything's been on the upside this week. Nice, positive, bullish week. Now, if you want to know about the kind of trading that I do, I am a day trader. I run the Rockstar Trading Room for day traders. And if you go to our site right here, chat, to the chat page, and then down below, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial. So if you can be in front of the market between 9:30 and 12 each morning Eastern Time. Come join us. 30 days for free. You don't even need a credit card to sign up right there. Hey, this is Mark the Meerkat suffering. I got a new quote from one of the members of my chat room, Dr. Mike, and he said today, "I trade my plan, my whole plan, and nothing but my plan." Well said, Doc. Have a great weekend, everyone, and trade well.